Observations and insights from the customer activity cycle help discover a broad range of purchasing criteria. Purchasing criteria could be any attribute, feature, or benefit that is experienced before, during, or after the actual purchase. Purchase criteria are analyzed to identify those criteria that are important to the target customer and can create differentiation. The key is to have an open, honest conversation with the customer in their home environment and capturing their customer language. Our experience with a broad range of category-leading clients has shown that video-based research is the best approach for capturing new insights. The following two segments from customer R&D projects will demonstrate 1. Discovering criteria in the customer's language, and 2. Understanding the value created by a new offer.
Safety is what's important.
The faster the steel goes up, to brace these walls, the better off we are. We're fighting winter is coming on fast, and we're trying to get up and get done and get, once I have to pay for heat and concrete, I mean, we're adding $7, $8 a yard.
That's interesting.
Times thousands of yards adds up.
You know, it's the steel's not loaded right, this is not coming in right, you're sending in too much steel.
That's my check. How else do I check it? If you know what I mean?
Flipping the joist upside down to making more compact bundles, I think that's a problem.
Call the shots when in negotiating, and you know, one of the things for me, and I've been trying to accentuate it, is schedule cells. You know, we can do it faster, it's safer, and it gets everyone going, and that will differentiate me between my competition and the union.
And it makes everything a lot simpler on our end of it.
We save at least a good 2 hours a day that way.
It may have increased the speed of erecting by about 10% is what we're kind of figuring right now. Yeah. So on a 10-day cycle, we're probably saving a day.
I'm going to guess you're probably going to be, manpower is going to be more like 5 or 7%, but the crane is going to be like 15. So if you take a rough down the middle, it's going to be in around 10.
I couldn't ask for any better. These joists are coming in bundles the way we want them. We actually able to flip them over, identify them a lot quicker with the markings on the shoes, the color coding. That helps us out a lot. And right now there's absolutely no sorting of joists.
So this is definitely a cleaner way. So safe-wise, absolutely, and expediting, absolutely.
Truckers aren't waiting, we're unloading them right away, and we're using them that day.
Probably handling the joist a lot less than you would be normally. So the chance of there being an accident is that much more reduced.
You're not using the crane to pick out joists that you need. You grab the bundle that's going up in that bay and it's up. Instead of sorting out with the crane, it adds up.
So that's an aspect that's probably not talked about enough.